Alright people, changing it up a little bit just for once off with where I am today, and I've got a lot on tonight as well. I'm recording with Ade later, so I'm a bit kind of all over the place at the minute. I said that for the first time in a couple of years really, I'll bring out an audio recording because I think that this is due a video and I don't want to leave it until tomorrow. I'd like to get this out at some point this afternoon, or well, technically now it's early evening, and it's with regards Oleksandr Usyk, Daniel Dubois, what is going to happen next between both fighters, because it seems inevitable that they are actually going to meet next. And judging by what I'm seeing here, it to me looks all the more likely that it's going to be those guys next. So I'm on the Ring Magazine's website here, and it says plans now look ahead towards a clash for all the belts once again, according to Usyk's manager Alex Krassyuk, who says Wembley Stadium is in contention to host this fight. He told Sky Sports News, "We are now working on this fight, Usyk versus Dubois 2, Wembley Stadium as one of the options." Earlier this month, the Ring learned from Dubois' father Stan that his son will be targeting a rematch with Oleksandr Usyk next, rather than pursue a title defence against Joseph Parker. He said the following: "Next we want Usyk. It's frustrating about the Parker fight, but he couldn't fight with an infection." He said Usyk is who we're going after next. So, Alex Krassyuk, Stan Dubois, they're both saying the same thing. It seems inevitable that we're going to get Daniel Dubois, Oleksandr Usyk, the rematch, which will now this time, whereas first time it was a mandatory defence, this time it is actually going to be for undisputed, which is an interesting one. We're talking 2 years after the fact, essentially. Now, a lot's changed in those 2 years. Oleksandr Usyk became undisputed. He beat Tyson Fury twice, whereas Dubois has been more active, and he's really impressed, certainly me, with his maturity, how much he's kind of matured, I guess, as a fighter, because this is a guy who capitulated against Oleksandr Usyk. Prior to that, he did the same against Joe Joyce. He almost did it against, Lordy, I can't remember his name now. The name has escaped me, who he fought prior to that. It'll come to me. But you know what I mean. He's capitulated in fights, and then he went in there really like a lamb to the slaughter almost, it seemed, against Jarrell Miller, came through that, beat Filip Hrgovic, beat Anthony Joshua. He's on a good run of form. And Oleksandr Usyk, although against Tyson Fury, in particular the rematch, I thought he looked very, very good, did Oleksandr Usyk. He's not getting any younger. He really isn't getting any younger. So the question now is, has Oleksandr Usyk slowed down? Because he's definitely not shot to bits or anything like that, but has he slowed down sufficiently enough that Daniel Dubois can now make this competitive? I think he can make it competitive, definitely. But do I think he's slowed down enough for him to make this fight a winnable fight for Dubois? I don't think so. Again, you got to remember, this wasn't like first time around where it was competitive, nip and tuck. Dubois had that issue in the fifth round. We didn't really have an issue through a low blow, but you know what I mean. And then, Oleksandr Usyk took over. Usyk was in control from the get-go. I mean, that's just the way it is. Oleksandr Usyk was in control from the get-go. In this rematch, I think it's probably going to be round number 10, because obviously the first fight only went 9 rounds. It'll be more competitive in my opinion, but I still see Oleksandr Usyk winning this fight. If it's in Wembley Stadium, does that help Daniel Dubois, being in the fact that he's home? A lot of people wondered how he would fare in Poland. That's where it was. Didn't seem to faze him. He was very much, even though he was champion, the B side against Anthony Joshua. They were all there for AJ. Didn't affect him. None of that seems to affect Daniel Dubois. Obviously, not a lot seems to affect him mentally. But I think he'll be fine fighting at Wembley. I don't think that's the difference maker. I think that the difference maker is going to be when he gets in there with Oleksandr Usyk. If it's similar to what was happening first time, how is he going to handle that? Because Oleksandr Usyk is going to know, as well as that, what Dubois is capable of and what he's going to look to do. Again, he was able to adjust in the first fight to those body shots after round 5 against Tyson Fury. When the uppercut was so there for Tyson Fury, he was able to adjust. It was hardly a factor in the rematch. It was hardly a factor in the fight after round number 6. So Oleksandr Usyk is still tremendously talented, and I would be making him favourite going into this fight. I really would. I think a lot of people are going to have a bad taste in their mouth with regard to Dubois really overlooking Joseph Parker and then not going through with the fight. Yeah, he was sick, fair enough, whatever. But still, the fact that you've overlooked this guy and now you're not going to even give him so much as a fight, it is a bit of a bad look on Daniel Dubois' end. But let me know in the comments section your thoughts on this fight, and let me know what your thoughts are. I haven't done, as I said, a pure audio video in easily 2-3 years. So let me know. Some sights of Ireland. They were filmed in 2019. The majority of those sites and stuff like that. That's just the roads of where I live in. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. I hope you enjoyed the video, people. Smash the like button if you could. Hit subscribe, and until next time, I'll leave it there. Peace.